Yesterday I got the main carcass screwed together, and today what I want to do is mill down some timber for this centre support post. I've dug out of my scrap pile some old framing timber, which is 2x3, come out of an old partition. You can see it's got some screw holes in it, a bit of old plasterboard and construction adhesive. First thing I did was take out all the obvious screws and nails. But what I'm going to do before I run it through my planer is just to make sure I'm going to run over it with this metal detector. It's always wise, there might be a hidden screw in there and it would ruin a good set of planer blades. And I'm just going to scan these boards just to see if there's anything that I've missed. Ah, there we go. Yep, there's something there. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, there we go, look. So a hidden screw like that or hidden nail like that could seriously mess up a set of blades. So I'll discard that board for now and I'll work on these other two boards. These pieces of timber are actually longer than I need and they're bigger in section as well. These are 75mm by 50mm normally, 3x2, and what I actually need for the cabinet, this support post only needs to be 50mm deep and 40mm wide across the front. So I'm going to joint one edge on the jointer, make sure it's nice and square. I'm then going to put it on the table saw, rip it to slightly wider than 50mm, and then I'm going to come back and joint the other edge. I'm also going to run it through the thicknesser to plane off both sides till I'm down to 40mm. Okay, so I've run the pieces through the jointer and then through the thicknesser. And now I've got two pieces of timber exactly the size that I need, 50mm or 40mm high. All smooth, nicely jointed and square. This is the piece of timber that we started with, this is the piece with the nail in, and this is the timber that we've ended up with. Lovely and square, perfectly smooth and flat. I know it's got one or two screw holes still in it, but to be honest, it's for a workshop cabinet. It's more than adequate for what I need. I'm now just going to cut them to the length. To cut the support leg to the right length, first I square up one end on the miter saw. Place the square edge that I've just cut inside the cabinet, making sure that it's upright and vertical. I then come in here with a pencil underneath the top brace and scribe a line nice and tight up in the top corner. This will give me the exact length of the support. I've marked the centre of the cabinet on both the top brace and the bottom shelf, and then I've placed the new support leg in position. I've then drilled and countersunk 2 screws in the top. I've also done the same through the bottom shelf into the underside of the leg. I've got 2 screws in the bottom. So this brace is now very strong, supporting the middle of the cabinet. You'll also notice that I've now slid the 5mm hardboard back panel into the dados that I made previously. It overlaps the rear brace by about 25mm, and then what I've done is I've just fired a row of brads into this edge, into the back brace, just to secure the back panel. I've also fired some brads from the back of the cabinet at the bottom of the back panel into the bottom shelf, a row of brads along this bottom edge, also to tie the bottom edge of the back panel in. And this is now quite stiff. This also offers a lot of racking stability to the cabinet and a lot of additional strength. So there we have it, one of the carcasses all fitted together. It's now ready for the feet, the adjustable feet to go on the bottom. It's also ready for the doors to be hung, but I won't hang the doors until the carcass has been fitted in place. It just makes it lighter to carry around, easier to put into position. I also won't fix the shelves now until the carcass is in place. I don't know what tools I'm going to put in there initially, so I don't know what position I want the shelves to be fitted in. So at the moment, that's as far as I'm going to go with the build until the cabinets are all in place. I've just test fitted one of the doors. I've screwed the 2 back screws into the holes marked in the side panels using my template. I've done the same with the bottom hinge, just put 2 screws in there for now, just to check the alignment of the door. These are soft close hinges, so safe slamming doors. And we can now see perfect 2mm along the top, 2mm all the way down the side, and nice and flush on the bottom, and an even gap up the door post. Excellent.